Next, do you have approved pest control program? From an approved pest control contractor. Next, do you ensure that vegetable cutting boards and contact surfaces are sanitized with 50 ppm chlorine? With 50 ppm chlorine, and non-vegetarian with 100 ppm chlorine. Do you ensure that prepared food prepared food is not served or displayed beyond 2.5 hours? Do you ensure that hot food is displayed at 65 degrees centigrade and above, and cold food at less than 5 degrees centigrade? Next, do you ensure that no color is used for food preparation? Other than Indian sweets, savories like gujia and bundi, confectionery, pre-prepared ice creams and squashes. Next, do you ensure that all areas of food handling have proper ventilation, proper drainage, and waste disposal system? Waste disposal system. Next, do you ensure that meat, fish and poultry are stored between -18 to -22 degrees centigrade? -18 and -22 degrees centigrade. Do you ensure that only potable water is used for drinking, cooking, processing, ice cube and direct steam applications. Do you ensure that oil is not used for more than 2 times? Next, do you ensure that your food transport vehicle is cleaned and sanitized before use and not used for any other purpose? Is cleaned and sanitized before use and not used for any other purpose. I think Mr. Kamlesh Bharat has to leave in a short while. Just to brief all my hotel colleagues here, I should call myself a hotelier migrating from the science fraternity to here, because most of the time I spend with you, but I am still a scientist only. I am not a hotelier. I am a hotelier only inside my home. The thing is, there are a few things that have become very positive in the recent past. FSSAI has taken some great initiatives. There is a food display board which will be explained by Madam Preeta Tripathi before the end of the session today, but that has been designed by specifically designed by FHRAWI, and the Western Association will give you a particular design. This is downloadable from FSSAI website, but we will do it in a size which fits our hotel industry. So this declaration board solves 2 problems. One is, there are many guests who post food quality problems as food safety problems, in your feedback. Okay, so they can know the difference between what is food safety and what is food quality, right? Number 2, your inspectors who come, if you have self-declared this, then it is like an income tax return. On what you have declared, they have to first ask questions. Okay, and it's a reminder for all your staff, since it has been declared, it is not the sole responsibility of your chef alone or the F&B manager alone. Every staff in your organization, by seeing this board, will understand that whenever they find something going wrong or away from this declaration that we have made to the guest, I think they will try to correct it. So we are more saved. Okay, this is the display board. Second is, what has happened is that the schedule 4, there is a requirement of manpower. The food safety supervisor is defined in schedule 4 as on date, is a person who should have a degree in microbiology, biochemistry, food technology or food processing, or catering diploma or hotel management diploma, etc., which I think is not possible for the n number of restaurants we have, because the compulsion is that every outlet must have this food safety supervisor. Now you can appoint a microbiologist, but then we have about 1.2 crore in our industry, 1.2 crore restaurant and hotels in the country. Now do you have 1.2 crore of these science graduates? God only knows, right? So what has happened is, we have been asking the government what to do. Now government has come out with a beautiful scheme called FASTag. This is what you are doing today. There is a food safety supervisor which will become mandatory. The law will be changed in about 1.5 years, okay, after we get sufficiently trained. First the training is happening so that the country is safe. So once we are sufficiently trained, the paper in the government has to move, it will move, and there will this what you are studying today is going to become mandatory regulation. Okay, any day from third month to 1.5 years you can expect that your qualification becomes most important. So for that the government has asked us to devise syllabus. Now the government's approach has become totally different. The government is just trying to regulate. It is making the industry divides its own rules, own methods of qualifying. Okay, so they are making the industry experts teach the industry torchbearers, so that you as master trainers will go and retrain the food safety supervisors. So that's the significance of this program. Madam is also from science background, but she is advising AHAR. I am advising FHRAWI. So the industry advisors are made to train industry partners. Our association has become a training partner. The government is making associations as training partner, so that we are able to train our people and ensure that the industry is well equipped. Okay. So this is another major change. The third biggest change is that Schedule 4, which Mr. Barrett pointed out, that we have taken out certain very controversial elements. We have not been able to change the regulations as such, but we have got exemptions in the website. For example, for your license you were asked a no objection certificate from 9 people. Now all those NOCs are gone. You need only address proof, okay, and your the licensee's name proof only, the ID proof. So the other objections have been removed. There is also an exemption given to us as per IS 10500. All pesticide residues and heavy metal residue reports were needed for the hotel industry. That is exempted for you by notification on May 9th, 2014. Okay, dated May 9th, 2014. Why I tell these dates is because you must download, remember these dates, just download it from the website, so that as and when there is an inspection, some person comes and asks you where is this certificate, you can ask that you have been exempted. Okay. We were asked to display, we were asked to produce an annual return of the quantities that we produce. Now is it possible for the hotel industry to give the quantity? Because you go and give your outdoor activities are so much, people take parcel orders, we supply something, people waste it and send it back. Okay. So that annual return for the hotel industry has been done away with. But by and large that the regulations were not to be changed, but now government has given us the responsibility of redefining Schedule 4. Recently I have been appointed as lead expert to advise the government. So under my convening, I am the convener for changing the law, the regulations as far as inspection and the Schedule 4 is concerned. So we are reframing the Schedule 4 and related inspection rules. Okay. Now why I am telling all this is, you will have to get ready. Okay. So during the course of this day, madam will be telling some very important definitions, please note it down. Okay, right. So in these 16 questions, do you have any doubt? Are you completely satisfied that your hotel has got everything? Can you tell me that when you go back to this hotel, all the 16 conditions are done? Sure. Yes.
Does that also include what are you using for your day offering?
No, no. If you are thawing, the thawing temperature is less than 5 degrees centigrade. When you are cooking, it is different. But whenever you are storing, the storing has to be minus 18 to minus 20. Okay, right? Yeah. Anything else in this?
Any other question which you think is not included in this list? You are being asked by the food safety officer.
That will be many questions.
No.
So we will give those.
Let them say 1 or 2 questions at least. They have to participate also. Right?
Yeah.
You said that the oil should not use more than 2 times.
Yes.
I have a deep fried fire.
Yes. Yes. Now, I am happy that the senior most person has asked this question, because this is a very dicey provision. You know, in our industry, you start the breakfast with puri bhaji at 6:37, and it goes on till 10:30 till the last guest comes from the room and gets out. Right? You can't say when is this 2 times ending or beginning. And as sir said, in a deep fry in the evening session, potato wedges and French fries are just going on from 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock to night 11 o'clock. So you do not know when is the second time. The law is very simple. The law is, the crux of the matter is whether your oil is become rancid or not. Now how will you know whether your oil is become rancid or not? It's a very simple exercise. Take a spoon of oil, please note it down. Please take a spoon of oil, tear a bit of pH paper. Have you seen pH paper? pH paper, 30 strips are 10 rupees. It's available everywhere. Just buy that strip, pH strip, tear a bit of that pH paper and put it in oil before you use, whenever you have doubt about your oil. If the pH paper turns orange or red, if the pH paper turns dark orange or red, your oil is unfit for use. That's the deciding factor. Okay.
There is one more question.
So we have to ensure that people who are sick or unfit or they have any type of cut to the head, that we have to ensure that they do not enter the group.
Yes. Yeah.
So these are the points we need to
Physical test. This is the basic licensing condition. What I have told you are not scheduled for completion. These are what I have told you. These section questions are not scheduled for. They are part of the licensing conditions. Okay. These 16 are licensing conditions. I have not yet come to schedule 4 complete. Okay. These are, by taking the license you have signed that these 16 you are following, right? It is like getting ICICI bank loan. You do not know when you get the loan what are you are signing for. There are some 120 small rules, right? You do not know, right? The bank has got the right to change my wife's name. Lot of things will be there which you will not have read, right? Now, like that, when you have got this license, okay, in the excitement of getting the license, you have got the license, but you have signed